Okay, welcome back, people. So the beer has been in the fermentation of demijohns now for 2 weeks. Dolly has stolen the brewing blanket. Yep. So I'll try and keep it down today. So yes, these now need to be transferred from the demijohns to some bottles. Now I did order some, I think it's about 16 of these like Grolsch style bottles, but they've not arrived yet. But we need to separate this beer from the yeast cake now, just to make sure the flavour's not impacted. So I'm going to make do with what I've got available at the moment. So yeah, but first we're going to take a hydrometer reading just to check the strengths, because yeah, 2 weeks ago I didn't boil this at 100 degrees C. I thought the instructions said 77 degrees C. So this one is going to be a bit weaker than the second batch. So we're going to do hydrometer reading just to see where they're at now. Colour wise they look quite the same. The yeast cakes do look a little different. I mean, if you look closely they are pretty much the same. But yeah, we'll do a hydrometer reading first, and then we will transfer them to the bottles. Okay, so here is a sample, and it's probably going to be hard to get that to come up on camera, but we've got 1010 or 1.011 actually, so 1.011 is about where it's at. So yeah, I don't think that's going to be 5%, but it's going to be around 4.5, maybe just under 4.5. Now for me that is absolutely fine, and it smells really nice in here. So yep, we're going to bottle all this up. Okay, hopefully you can see me. So we have the siphon tube this time. So what this is going to do, mine has this little part on the bottom which stops the majority of the yeast cake getting into these bottles. Okay, so there we go. So that's in there. Now again, we're going to let gravity do its thing. So I'm going to suck on this tube, I'm going to fill up these bottles one by one. Alright. That's working quite nice. Okay, so we have a bit of cleaning up to do here. You can see there's a little bit of liquid left in there, but that's pretty much all you're going to get without getting too much of this yeast cake into the bottles. So the next step is to add the dextrose, or I'll just say sugar for now, it is a type of sugar. And what this is going to do, it's going to carbonate this Hazy Jane now. I do love the colour, and this beer with the name Hazy Jane or ale, it is supposed to be a bit cloudy, so this is absolutely fine. This is what we're looking for. So I'm going to do the calculations, find out how much sugar we need to add to each of these individual bottles, because we have these pint bottles and then we have these litre bottles here at the moment. Okay. Alright, so I've got the sugar weighed out. So for 500 millilitres, which is roughly like half a pint, we need about 4 grams of sugar. So what I'm going to do, so this one's a litre bottle, so we're going to add 8 grams of sugar. Now this can vary, but this is a general one. A bit more. Come on. There we go. Okay. That's roughly 8 grams in that one, in the litre. And what this does, if you're curious about carbonation anyway, it makes the beer fizzy ever so slightly. You can gas these as well. I used to have an attachment to carbonate via gas, but I did this with cider and it worked absolutely fine. Come on. There we go. See, 3. Come here. There we go. Alright, so all the mess has been cleaned up and these bottles have been carbonated. So as soon as my other bottles arrive, I'll be transferring them from these litre bottles into the beer bottles. But before we go, let's just get a hydrometer reading from this, and I will probably remove it from this demijohn and put it in another one until I get more bottles. Yep, so we've sterilised the hydrometer again. Okay, so again, it may be a bit difficult to see it on camera. Try some tricks, see if this brings it up. Does that help? No. Alright, so yes, sorry, I can't really get that on camera that I can see on this screen. Okay, that might be coming up. Right, so as you can see here, this one, well hopefully you can see, this one is coming through at 1.012, I would say. So yeah, a little bit stronger than what we got before. I think that one was at like 1.010. Yeah, this could be about 1.013. The piece of paper, let me just grab it. Brews says the target finish gravity is 1.015, which this one pretty much is. My hydrometer may not be 100% accurate as well. So, yep, I think this one is spot on. They both smell really nice, but yeah, let's put this one into another demijohn so we separate it from the yeast cake. Okay, so, yep, these bottles are all done. Now, they just need to be stored at room temperature. They don't need to ferment anymore now, so don't worry about getting them, you know, above or in between like 20-25 degrees C. Room temperature is fine for these guys now. Now hopefully tomorrow my other bottles will arrive and I will take this beer from this demijohn and into some beer bottles. Alright, hi everybody, welcome back to Hairy John's YouTube channel and Hairy John's living room this time. Season's greetings to you all. So in today's video I'm going to do a bit of a taste test. So I have brewed a clone of Brewdog's Hazy Jane. So I used a Brew Bros kit, so it came with the malts, the hops, everything minus like some of the equipment you needed to brew some of these. So yeah, now this is the first batch that I made, and I didn't boil it at 100 degrees C, I boiled it around 77, I got that wrong, so I expect this to be a little bit different from this one, which I did boil at 100 degrees C, followed the recipe correctly, and yeah, so we're going to see how that one is. And then to compare the two, we have a can of Brewdog beer. So to start with, let me pour out all of these beers, and we're going to see the colour and then the smell first to see how they compare anyway. So I'll probably skip forward in the video, but yeah, these do pop as well, carbonated. Okay, that one not so much. I'll pull that out first. Oh, it's definitely carbonated though, that is bubbling. Okay. Well, that one looks nice. Yeah, I got a few malts in this as well, but we'll see if it affects the taste. The colour, it looks beautiful. Well, I'll leave that for now. So, now next up, the Brewdog. Now I know this glass isn't completely clear. I don't know what's happened to all our glasses, but yeah, I've had to make do with what's in the cupboard, so it should give it a good chance to show its colour anyway. Okay. Looks a little bit lighter coming out. So, yeah, Brewdog definitely looks a little bit darker. Hang on. So here's the second batch that I did correctly. Yeah, that one's carbonated as well. Brilliant. Okay. Alright. Oh, excuse me. Right, okay. So, definitely a difference in colour. I can smell that one already. That one smells brilliant. So, let's go with colour first. Why not? So this one and the Brewdog, colour-wise, almost look identical. They really, really do. Okay, so... but as you can see... Where should I put that? I'll put it here. This one, which I didn't boil to the correct specifications, because I read the instructions a bit wrong, that is a little bit lighter. So yeah, that has made a difference. But let's sniff the original Hazy Jane and the one I've brewed. So very fruity, very nice. Not as strong smell-wise. Oh, it's there though. It's nice. It's nice. So yeah, smell-wise, Brewdog is stronger, but it is there. That's okay. Right, let's have a smell of this one. Oh, it's different. It's strong. Okay. I wonder if the glass makes a difference. That smells stronger. Slightly different, but it's there, yeah. Okay, so this one and the original smell a bit different. They do, but however this one smells much similar to the Hazy Jane, but it isn't as strong. Okay, so next let's do the taste test. There we go. So here is the second batch that I brewed properly. It's nice. Okay, it tastes nice. I probably should have a glass of water to wash my palate, but let's see how this goes. They're almost the same. They really are. They're almost identical. That's really good. Okay, yeah. I don't think I'll be able to tell the difference. Yeah, no, hardly any difference between these two. So, yeah, no, really good. So very, very close. And this isn't sponsored at all, just to let you know. I'm just a fan of this particular Brewdog beer, so my first beer. Okay, so let's try the first batch. Now, one of my friends actually said they thought this smelled better than the second batch that I brewed, but they didn't taste it, so let's find out. That's different. That kind of reminds me of Foster's. Okay, which I believe is a lager. This is an ale. So that's interesting, but let's compare it to the Brewdog. Brewdog's much nicer. Now it's nice, it's drinkable, but yeah, the flavours have not come out in this one as much as they have in the original brewed Hazy Jane and the batch I brewed correctly. Now, just so you can see on camera, definitely boiling it at a lower degree C has made a difference.